Clinch really focusing on CTV, when you think about it, like the CTV experience has a natural alignment with creative personalization that we provide. CTV was built to give more control to the viewer, more customization, and ultimately that greater personalized choice to the viewer. So it's an inherent expectation that brands speak to advertisers and their ads follow suit. So that broad stroke, one-to-many approach to creative isn't going to resonate as well in CTV. And at Clinch, we really want to help educate in this critical time as CTV is moving from what was once an emerging channel into now being mainstream. Advertisers are looking to scale their strategies, and we want to help them understand best creative ways to either extend the addressability in this environment or extend a successful creative strategy from another media channel that they're activating in into the CTV environment.
So tell us a little bit more about how advertisers, can optimize through this system. Particularly like, historically, there's a Jeep commercial and it has, if it's in Minnesota, it has a snow, background. If it's in Florida, it would be cruising up the beach. What is the real opportunity, and how can advertisers work with the system, and what's the value it brings to them?
So there are several values to the advertiser. When you think about the personalization that we're providing them, the creative automation process in itself, we're helping them drive efficiency. We're enabling them faster speed to market with the automation, simplified workflows. And then second, we're helping them drive results. So we're helping the advertisers establish relevance by applying real-time circumstance to their ads. So whether it's showing the nearest location or showing a product that is relevant to that viewer, or showing an event-driven countdown by time of day or timing to the event, or if it's intersecting all of the above, that's really going to drive more relevance to the viewer, so it resonates with them and they have a much better experience connecting with that brand's narrative, and the brand is on tone when they're connecting with the viewer.
So I'm sure you have all kinds of performance metrics and measurement tools. How do these, how do creative optimized ads perform? And I'm sure there's cost involved, but give us some, your general view on performance and the value there.
Well, from our advertisers, the results they're seeing are not minimal by any means. On average, they're seeing 20 times increase on return on ad spend. But we describe ourselves at Clinch as not only a personalization platform, but also a consumer intelligence or creative insights platform. So within our platform, advertisers are able to better understand not just what's happening on their campaigns, but why. And so in environments like CTV, where like user engagement or consumer engagement is limited because you can't click through your smart TV glass, the ability to apply learnings from another media channel and inform that creative strategy is incredibly valuable. So an example would be like, take a retailer who is running a multi-channel campaign. They're running in display, online video, and CTV. Within our Clinch UI, the advertiser can go in real time and see which of the ad variants is driving the conversions, whether it's on the display or on the video. And when I say ad variants, I mean they could be talking about different offers. So like the promotional message could be a percentage off versus $1 off discount, or they could be featuring a single product versus a grouping of products. And with that information, those insights, the advertiser can then use them and apply them to dictate a creative strategy that's going to be successful on their CTV campaign as well.
Awesome. And of course, you work with the publishers and the platforms. Let's segue into that role, the value you bring to the publishers, how you work with them, and with the platforms. And tell us about your work with LG Ads in particular.
Yeah, so we do work with publishers, and I would say that the value that we're bringing to any of the publishers we work with is, providing that better user experience. The personalization that we're enabling for advertisers to apply not only are helping the advertisers, but the publishers, because when you think about, it's so much fragmentation in the market. If you're a publisher who is allowing personalization or enabling personalization on your CTV platform, your app, or your OEM, it can help retain viewers' attention and lead to longer time spent viewing. So specifically with LG Ad Solutions, like Clinch, they value personalization and they're deeply invested into their users' experience on both their user interface and across their entire ad ecosystem. So our partnership is enabling their advertisers to communicate with the LG audiences with our personalization capabilities. So let's take a retailer, for example. Say LG Ads is working with this retailer advertiser who they only have a branding or awareness video asset, but they want to drive visitation performance to their stores. So Clinch's technology can help personalize that video with dynamic components aimed at driving those offline conversions, like adding a map or the address for the store location nearest a viewer, and also adding an in-store specific offer. So this is where the power of creative automation comes in. Imagine if that retailer has over 1,000 different locations in the US. So each of those different stores also want to run different promotions. We're able to take what would normally be a heavy production lift off of the advertiser and execute it in a scalable, automated way. Staying with that retailer, you could even layer in fulfillment options per store. So an example would be you have that over 1,000 different locations with the promotional offer. And in Westchester, New York, they want to offer the incentive tied to curbside pickup. Whereas in New York City, they only want to offer that incentive tied to offers that are requesting or viewers that are requesting delivery.
Charel, we've been speaking about addressability and the opportunities for advertisers to reach in an optimized way, in a personalized way. Where does and it's always been sort of somewhat limited, somewhat futuristic, somewhat aspirational. It seems like we're here now. We've kind of reached a milestone. Tell us where creative optimization is going in the future, in the next year, what Clinch hopes to achieve, where you hope the industry goes.
Well, I really do hope, Andy, that it's adopted in a much broader stance. I think that, we just recently announced this partnership with LG. That's a first step forward, right? And then we also recently launched Flight Control, which is, a revisualization of our entire platform in a SaaS format. So further simplifying the adoption and use of DCO across all channels. But going back to your point about, addressability, there's so many decisioning signals that are available to tie ad variants to that. I really hope that, and in a PII compliant way too, I really hope that advertisers think about how they can take advantage of these tools to really better speak to their advertisers so that their ads not only resonate, but are received well. Because, as a brand right now in such a fragmented industry, it takes a lot to break through the clutter. But once you do, it's really powerful. And you can gain back some of that brand loyalty that, there were so many changes during the past 3 years with people changing their buying behaviors. So to have something like DCO as a foundation to connect those dots for an advertiser, I think makes it a better experience for the entire industry, not just the advertisers, but the publishers too.